Gormagat. Minister, you're very welcome to here today, and so this debate is incredibly important, not only for the lives, to recognise the lives lost and to recognise the grieving families, but it's also important for the government to listen and to implement all those recommendations and listen to the expertise in this House as well, who've clearly highlighted and articulated some really, really valid points. And we must create a legacy out of this, that it doesn't happen again. And I want to remember the individuals that have died in this tragic accident, and the crew members, Captain Dara Fitzpatrick, Captain Mark Duffy, Kieran Smith and Paul Ormsby. They're not just names, they're families, they're just, and you can think of all the love that these people are missing out on, and these families are missing out on, and it's incredibly tragic. And you know, they were dedicated to saving our lives, and they died in the course of trying to rescue someone else. And as I live in North Louth, and I often see the helicopters flying over the Cooley Mountains, over Carneyford Lough, and they're there constantly, and you hear the hum of the helicopter over our house, and you think, God, who are they to save today, or who are they rescuing today? And you never really think that someone's going to have to rescue them. And it's really important here we acknowledge the incredible grief and the loss that this loss has caused to families, and for the two families in particular, the Smiths and the Ormbys, who their grief is absolutely compounded by the fact that they have no bodies, and their bodies were never recovered. And it is so infuriating, Minister, to see the series of outrageous mistakes that have occurred. And you know, I'm no expert in these issues, but I suppose I've read the report and see this series of human errors that, you know, these system errors have not to happen again. And the fact that Blackrock Island wasn't even on a map, like, it's huge. You know, if my child was drawing a map, they would they'd draw it in. It's absolutely shocking. And you know, the main conclusion by the AAIU was the accident was known as an organisational accident. You know, it's a really soft, nice term for something that's was hugely incompetent. And yes, it was a tragedy, but it was a tragedy that was completely preventable, according to the Irish Airline Pilots Association. And you know, it is really upsetting that the report says that operators' manuals were inconsistent with some areas and did not provide sufficient detail of processes or procedures for the discharge of some safety critical functions. Like, it's really damning, the report. It might not draw conclusions or wrongs or right, but it is a really damning report. And I suppose I'm glad the Department of Transport fully accept the findings and the recommendations. But all of this is no good, Minister, unless there is action and that you can accept what people are saying, that changes are needed, unless we ensure that we listen to the practitioners, listen to the experts who you know, unless we listen to the experts, we're passively flying into another tragedy. And clearly the state and the systems let people down. We let families down, the system let families down. We need to fix it, Minister, and we need to ensure that the families and the people who go out every single day, putting their lives at risk for us all, that they feel safe doing their job. They're protecting us. We need to put the systems in to protect them. Gormagat.